never told a lie in my life. I don't even joke. I've never joked in my entire life.
Joking is lying, and lying is a sin. Jesus doesn't love you if you joke.
Exactly. I attend church twice a year.
And I'm down to once.
I can't.
Impossible to joke.
No, possible to go to church less than twice a year.
I'm not at home for Easter, so I get out of that one.
What Easter and Christmas?
Christmas.
Okay.
Those are the two big ones. You're supposed to go to those regardless of what happens.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's when my dad goes.
I don't know. I've never been super religious, so.
Shame on you. Jesus hates you.
Jesus does
It's
hate
okay. Jesus and I.
You're going to
are gonna be
hell.
fine. That's fine.
You are going to hell, honey.
I've heard the weather's lovely.
Because you're a Jew and Jews kill Jesus.
I'm Jewish.
You have killed Jesus.
That was a funny one, Cassie. I laughed.
That's not like that's like a thing, but thanks.
I laughed.
Thanks.
Did you laugh?
I didn't laugh.
Oh.
Andrew doesn't laugh. It's a sin.
No. Not everything is a sin, Cassie.
You just said
Joking is a sin.
Joking
But
is a
laughing?
sin.
What would you laugh at if it's not a joke?
Laughing at how you're going to hell for killing Jesus.
I'm laughing at that.
Because it's a joke.
Yeah. Is it?
Is it? Is it really?
I don't know. I'm just picturing a room full of people laughing at things that aren't jokes, and I feel like it would be really intimidating.
Children falling over isn't a joke, but people laugh at that.
People always laugh at that. Because they look
Okay,
stupid.
that's true. That's so anyone falling over, not exclusively children.
No,
I wouldn't laugh
mostly
if,
children.
I'm pretty sure it's mostly children. If I saw like a person with crutches fall over, I'd probably.
Okay,
Probably
well,
someone
no.
who was like 80 plus fall over. That's
Yeah.
nothing's funny
No, but if
about
I saw,
that.
like,
Like, if I just saw a wheelchair just collapse and like someone
That's-
fall.
Okay,
out.
that's just poor engineering.
That's not, even if it's a kid, if they're in a wheelchair, that's not
Have you
that
ever
funny.
seen wheelchair basketball?
No.
That. It's kind of sad, but they're so jacked that they just like pick themselves up.
But only at the top.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
If you've ever seen, if you look at like even female wheelchair basketball players, they're so big. Like their arms are the size of my legs.
Then their legs are just
That's
noodles,
crazy.
though.
I mean,
Just they're in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
But or if they have legs,
That's
that is.
insane.
If they have legs, yeah.
But they're so big, and they're just like their wheelchair will be like sideways on the ground. They'll just like flip themselves up like it's nothing.
That's really cool.
It's so
It's
crazy.
actually really
Crazy.
cool. Good for them, actually.
Oh yeah, it's really entertaining to watch. It's a lot more entertaining than actual basketball.
It's way more impressive that they're playing basketball.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
like a
Without
contact
function of their
sport
legs,
also.
yeah.
Yeah. Wait, also, because they need to use one hand to move the wheelchair, right? Or how does that like?
At
I
least
assume they
one.
have
If they're
some sort of-
dribbling, they'll move with one hand. But typically, if they have the ball, it's sort of like handball, where they just don't really move once they get the ball.
Because that'd be really
yeah,
hard.
so I was gonna say, how do you?
Yeah, and then like if you don't have the ball, you have both hands free, so you can rock it around the court.
That is so.
And they
cool.
do rocket around the court.
That
they
is
move
so cool.
fast. It is admirable.
I'm actually gonna look that up when I get home. That sounds really. I feel like that's really like motivating.
Yeah.
Just like wow.
Yeah, it is, but it also makes you feel like shit because like
Wow,
this person has a disadvantage that I don't have, and they're doing so much better than I am.
And there's no
It's
conceivable
very-
way to ever beat this person at basketball.
Yeah, but maybe that's like incentive for them. It's like, you know, when like something bad happens, so you're like, you know what, screw you, life. I'm gonna overcome that and do even better than you would have expected. Maybe it's like that.
That's probably what it is. Yeah. But they're crazy. They're massive people.
Yeah,
That's
they
so
are.
cool.
So jacked.
It's like really impressive. Just imagine going to the gym and seeing some guy in a wheelchair like lifting more than you are.
Well, they can't like deadlift.
No,
Or,
but just
do
like
squats.
Just
really.
they're not really
well,
grounded.
yeah.
Really, I've seen people do it where they just like get on like a pull-up bar and then they like lift themselves up and their wheelchair and just like start doing it. It's like, what the hell is
That's
going on
insane.
here?
This guy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they're wild.
I can't think of any. I'm trying to think of any other sport that like compares to that. I'm thinking like I guess Paralympics is pretty cool, but that's really cool.
I like the prosthetic legs they get sometimes.
Yeah.
For the runners that look sort of like chickens.
Yeah,
legs
those are
with
Yeah,
so
they do.
cool.
spring.
It's like it's like a spring and then it kind of curves down like that.
Yeah, it looks like it's
Yeah.
actually more efficient than running
Yeah.
regularly
It probably
Yeah.
is.
because you can use the
Yeah.
mechanical energy of the
Yeah.
false foot.
There's like a compressive, like when
Yeah,
it
because
pushes
it works
off.
like a spring,
Yeah.
so you don't actually have to do all the work. You're basically
Yeah.
just like moving your legs
Yeah.
as they're meant to be,
It's-
and then the
Yeah.
springs do the work for
It's
you.
you're-
the same concept why people want like robot limbs and stuff.
moving your hips and stuff. Yeah. Actually, yeah, the reason they do that with the curve is because it's really hard to simulate an ankle. Like,
Yeah,
it's really difficult
Yeah.
because, like, your foot responds to different pressures that your leg is putting down, and then your ankle responds accordingly. So, like, I saw this video, like, a few years ago of, like, they developed, like, this ankle that actually simulates, like, human walking, and it's not, like, stiff and awkward. But, like, the reason it wouldn't work for running is because it would have to be hypersensitive because, like, you're moving so quickly. It would need to be
unless
able
you're
to respond.
running in a straight line,
in the
because then you only really need to account for running in a straight line.
like,
Because you could just keep the legs. If you can keep your legs in a ski line, then it
like,
just.
yes, but, like, your ankle's, like, it's not just, like, a ball and socket joint. Like, it's complicated.
Are you sure about that?
I'm 100% sure.
Have you ever ripped off someone's foot and looked at it and made sure?
No.
Well,
But-
how can you be sure?
Yeah.
Well,
come on.
I guess I have to.
It could just be a
Find me a
hinge.
cadaver. It's definitely not.
It's definitely
It's
just a
definitely not.
hinge. It's
It's
just,
absolutely a
it's
single
not even a
hinge.
joint. It's just like there's nothing there. It's just like there's no bone there, so it just flops around. And then
No.
having your feet land.
Okay, I
in
have
all
a
the time.
foot.
That's
I have
correct.
I have 2 feet.
Are you sure about that?
But you have your feet land, and it's just luck every single time that you're.
It is, exactly.
You don't need an ankle.
No, because
So robot
it's
legs is more luck.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean,
But robots can calculate probability better than you can. So.
Exactly.
Have you ever just seen people walk and then trip over nothing? That it's because they rolled a nat 1 on the walking.
because their player rolled in that one. What if life is just a giant D&D
Shut
game?
the fuck up.
And
Shut the fuck
every
up.
time
You
you
shut
meet
your
s-
fucking
Get the
matrix
hell
sucking
out of
mouth.
here.
And every time you meet someone new,
Go
they're
wear a
either an
trench coat and
NPC
sunglasses.
or it's someone from.
She's a fucking replicant.
This
No.
fucking replicant.
No.
Where's Rit Decker when you need him?
Fucking Nexus 6, dude.
No. I mean, I've passed pretty well for a human so far. I like human things.
I don't know about
like
that.
sports and food.
I like eating, breathing, and pumping my heart.
But you know what you really like? You like math.
Yeah.
You know what robots like? Math.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I also don't like math. I do it. I mean, it's okay sometimes.
I'm
It's
just saying,
interesting.
if you do it a lot, if you talk about it a lot, you probably like
You
it.
probably like it.
Probably, yeah.
I'm trying to think of an exception to that rule, but I don't know if I can.
Beats me, dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
robot.
I don't know. Cannot compute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Syntax error.
Oh God. Bring me back to those comp sci days. I say comp sci days was one semester last year.
Dude, comp sci was a fucking joke. I took like rookie level comp sci. It's the fucking easiest class I ever took.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, well, it's like baby.
No, because it was
comp
like
sci.
baby comp sci. It wasn't like we weren't actually coding anything. It
Oh,
was just
okay,
like
fair enough.
basic algorithms.
Yeah, I guess I just took the entry level real comp sci course.
So,
Yeah,
like,
no,
what
like,
does a
we-
for loop do?
Yeah, basically. Like that was the most we did, and the most I think like the most complicated thing we coded was a game of rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, it's not that complicated.
Yeah, so
Just if then.
Even for someone as inept as me.
it's like yeah, it was pretty basic, and I was just like, we didn't even have a final, just because
Wow.
our professor was just like, Lamau, no. So I was just like,
You know what a final sounds like? Work for me.
no.
We're not doing
We're not
that.
doing that.
He
yeah.
had TAs working with him, so
Maybe he
You
forgot.
could have made them do it.
yeah, he could have had the TAs do it, but the TAs taught more than he did, so
Maybe he forgot he had TAs or something.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have TAs because like how big was your class?
Well, my class alone was there. I think there were like 3 or 4 sections.
Oh, okay.
Because it was like
Because it's like a
everyone
general.
had to take a comp sci course. So pretty much everyone who wasn't a comp sci major got thrown into this introductory class. It was like the same thing with like your freshman writing courses.
Oh yeah.
Like everyone had to take
Yeah.
it unless you were like a writing major, you know, like an English major, you know.
Yeah.
So basically everyone was in it, like 3/4 of the freshman class at least, and there were like 4 or 5 sections.
Oh, okay. So there's a lot of them.
It was a pain in the ass, just because it was early.
Oh, because then you had to take an early train.
Fucking take the 7:16 train.
Oh,
God damn.
dude.
Every single day that semester was a 7:16 train.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Do you normally take the 7:55? Or...
Now I can because my schedule is cool this semester.
Coolio.
Yeah, I was going to say you must not have earlier than
Yeah.
like 9 a.m. or 10 a.m.
10 a.m. is I think the earliest,
Oh, that is nice.
or like 9:50. But
That
like
is
if
so
I can,
nice.
the 8 o'clock train gets there early enough. So.
Yeah. So nice. I have 9 a.m.s, which is fine.
Chris is taking
Fine.
7 a.m.
Yeah,
classes.
7:30 a.m. like every single day.
Yeah.
I know he says that he had no
Ridiculous.
choice, but still,
He's
getting shafted.
he still made choices that led to this.
Mistakes were made.
That
Like-
no one made
Butterfly
him make.
effect.
Yeah.
No. She said he can't take like the class that he has to take is only offered at like 7:30 a.m. So like he had to.
Well, he says
Well,
not
that's the
his
same
choice.
thing with me in orchestration. Like it's only a night class,
Oh.
so it's either Tuesday night from 6 to 9 or Wednesday night from
Oh,
6
wow.
to 9.
Okay then.
Oh, so you're getting home super late those days.
Yeah, so I took the Wednesday one because I have all my classes on Wednesday basically. So it's like
Me too, actually.
I'm actually in the same room all day.
Wow.
I get a little stir crazy.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
terrible.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, make sure you go outside, breathe some fresh air.
No, can't make me.
The fresh New York air.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Hoboken isn't.
It's across the goddamn river.
Yeah. It's better air than New York.
Yeah.
It's definitely better air.
All right, it's a little
They should
better.
get a cross breeze every once in a while instead of just the same being downwind from the same garbage you were like a block away.
Yep.
It's nice.
Yeah, it is nice there.
Hoboken's a nice town.
It's a nice town.
It's a very yuppie town.
It's such a yuppie town.
It's very yuppie.
It is, but it's trendy. And they have like nice restaurants and like
No,
3
they don't.
Starbucks in 2 blocks.
They
Yeah, no,
really
some of
don't
them
have
are
nice
some of them are
restaurants.
nice.
Then
They're
a high.
expensive
They're
and
small.
mediocre.
No, you gotta find
Not
like the
entirely
inexpensive
sure. There's
ones.
one pizza place where elderly Italian men serve you gigantic pizza slices, and it's awesome.
Do you know what it's
Really?
called?
Benny Tadino's?
Do you know where it is?
I don't know where it is. It's on one of like the main streets. It's not too
Okay.
far from Stevens. Like, it's walking distance from Stevens.
All right, I'll probably have to check that one out though because
Get
like,
one
most
slice.
Of, like, most of the food places I've been to have been expensive and not very good.
I don't know. I went to this one Indian buffet place and I was a little skeptical, but it was like, I think it was like $10 and it was like all you can eat and it was really good. So, would recommend.
I don't know.
Yeah. And apparently there are some places that aren't super expensive. I got some recommendations from people in my lab.
I went to a pancake house and they watered down the syrup.
Jesus.
Yeah. I was like, this is a war crime.
Legitimate war crime.
I was very upset.
Also, this is not related to pancake houses, but it's related to restaurants. And so, like, diner culture, like, where people just, like, go to diners
Yeah.
and, like, hang out there.
Yeah.
Is that just a New Jersey thing? Or is that, like, an everywhere thing?
No,
just
the
losing
people in
them. Yeah.
Pennsylvania do it.
Okay.
I
think
don't
it's-
think there are as many diners in major metropolitan areas.
Definitely not, no.
It's mostly for suburbs and rural communities.
Yeah. I noticed that. And, like, I didn't realize until someone was like, oh, yeah. It was someone else from New Jersey. And they were like, oh, yeah, like, we have this, like, diner culture where we're just, like, everyone would go to diners after, like, big events or, like, just to hang out.
I
And I was
mean,
just like, oh, my God,
It's
we
not
do that,
like
too.
we don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I just realized that. And I never, like... It's just, like, in high school, that was, like, also the classic thing I felt like people did. Like, oh,
Yeah.
there was a concert. What do you want to do after? Let's go to the diner.
Honestly, I think a big part of it is diner food is good and also really cheap.
Yeah, it's good, cheap, and there's, like, a variety. Yeah.
Yeah, cities don't really have diners.
They have delis.
Yeah, they really, it's, even still, like, you don't really, like, let's go to the deli. Like, if you're in the city.
Yeah, no,
you
if you're in the
don't-
city, it's like, let's go hang out on a stoop
Yeah.
and scare old people.
Yeah, there's, like, more places to go. But if you're, like,
Fun outdoor activities.
in, like, a more rural community, or if you're in, like, a suburb.
There's a decent chance that the diner is the most exciting thing within like 20 miles.
Yeah.
In our town, probably, yeah. Because we
Yeah.
can't go enjoy nightlife just yet.
You don't really have a downtown.
Not really.
No, we
Unless
really
you.
don't.
like
Downtown, it's
extent,
just like a
is,
gas
like,
station, a bagel
Rails.
place.
Yeah.
Like
Bagel
Rails
place.
is probably like the most nightlife oriented.
that's not even
thing.
downtown. It's a restaurant. That's too
A really
expensive
expensive
for me.
restaurant with mediocre food for what they're asking you for.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Tiffany's. I don't know anything about Tiffany's, but that's like the other major night,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
place.
It's the only other place.
I think if you really want to go out,
You have to
like,
go
don't-
somewhere
You don't
else.
go within your town.
Yeah.
Not
In
here.
Montville, no.
Yeah. I guess I think what is it, Montclair?
Yeah, Montclair.
You either go to you go to Montclair or Denville.
Definitely, yeah. Nothing around here.
Denville. I'm just picturing hitting up like Denville Dairy. It's 11 p.m.